Bhakti Ramdas Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Padmasa Parcharya Saswata Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nati Gauri Vaishnavendra Ki Jai. Namadar Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Krishna Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasudhara Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Sambhavu Radha Kuram Ki Jai. Pradama Dhamma Ki Jai. Mathura Dhamma Ki Jai. Nagvika Dhamma Ki Jai. Jagatpuri Dhamma Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Yamamaya Ki Jai. Katamaya Ki Jai. Samvita Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. coming later, maybe? Yeah. Invite your neighbor, invite your gardener, invite your trash man, I don't care, invite somebody. But thanks for coming out today. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. How many mothers we got? One? Just one? Yeah, more than one, but two. I know, at least two. Three. Haribo! Haribo! And it's, yeah, thank you for coming out, and if I don't see Magadar in the next few minutes, I guess I'll be giving class. So we'll do a little cute kirtan for a few minutes, and if we don't see him, then I'll start class. Want to start kirtan? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
I begin by offering my respectful obeisances to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and to all the assembled devotees. Welcome to Hare Krishna Kansas City, to ISKCON Temple. We're here. This temple is established for executing the 7 different purposes of ISKCON. You're outside of in the lobby area, and we're under the guidance of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So we're aiming to understand the Vedic scriptures and the process of Bhakti Yoga through his teachings. And he's coming in the line into succession, which is here above. And so today we'll get into some of this knowledge. The first thing I'd like to do is sing this song with all of you. It's called Madhya Gurume Nityananda Mahajan. It's actually Nagar Kirtan song number 1. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he's actually one of the current acharyas. And the current acharyas in our disciplic succession are here on the altar. And those that are not shown there are referred to as the previous acharyas. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was actually a wonderful magistrate. I'll see if I can show you his picture here. This is him. He's in the 4th painting there on the altar. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, this is his pranam mantra, so you can repeat after me if you like. Namo Bhaktivinodaya Satchid Ananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Satchid Ananda Bhaktivinoda, who is transcendental energy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is a strict follower of the Goswamis headed by Srila Rupa. So here this is called the Rupanuga Vedic College, and we hope to also imbibe the mood of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and become strict followers of Rupa Goswami. So he wrote this song, Nagar Kirtan, or he wrote this group of songs which he grouped called Nagar Kirtan. It's part of the book name Gitavali. So this Gitavali this is what the book looks like now, or it's one printing of the book. It says it's one of the best known works by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. This book is all about kirtans and glorifying the Lord. Except for a few songs, the mood of the entire book is joyful and ecstatic in singing kirtans. The first chapter is the morning kirtans. The next chapter sings artis, or ceremonies of worship of the deities. The artis worshipped are Gaura Gadadhar, Lord Chaitanya, Radha Krishna, and Lord Krishna before enjoying Bhoga. It's called the Bhoga Arti. If you come at 1 p.m., then you may be able to see that. And of course we do the Gaura Arti, which is what we just did, where we sang the glories of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu being worshipped, actually. So Lord Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he sang a song which was a vision of him watching the demigods and other associates do an arti for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so then it says, after enjoying the Bhoga, the 6 prayers of glorifying the leftovers of the Lord's meal, known as prasad, are found. So they are known as prasad sevaya. So actually we sing one, but there's actually many. We usually sing Sharirad Vidyajal, right? Sharirad Vidyajal. That means that this body is like a piece of ignorance. Avidya. This body is like a piece of avidya, right? Jodindriya tahikal. Jive vile visaya sagure. Tongue is very difficult to control. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he sings many different songs about prasad and how amazing it is. So then the song set says, then there are two sets of kirtans which are meant to be heard loudly in the streets of the towns and villages. This is called Nagar Kirtan. Nagar Kirtan means you go in the village and you sing it. And this is an amazing thing which I learned about when I was in Mayapur, is that Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he purposely meant for these songs to be spoken amongst the common people. And he wrote the language at the current time. He wrote them in such a way that anybody on the street could understand the Siddhanta. You could take the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, Bhakti Siddhanta, and you can get it in like a little song. You know, and he put it with a scientific tune and a beat, and it became more tasty than you can imagine. So this is the Nagar Kirtan song set. So then and then he says that there's different, the Gitavali then goes into a slightly more philosophical approach with some other songs. Then there's 3 sets of ashtakams, which are 8 songs, 8 phrase songs, 8 stanza songs, or like that. Ashtakam, like you may know, Jagannath Ashtakam, isn't it? It's very famous. And there's like, isn't there Madhur Ashtakam? Damodar Ashtakam, the famous, we do that one every Damodar Mas. In our ISKCON temples, we sing. So we also do it every day in the morning. Ashtaka means 8 stanzas. Yeah, song with 8 stanzas, and usually there's some repetition with each of the stanzas. Also, some theme which goes throughout. So we do that every morning in our ISKCON temples, and we actually pray. We sing a song which actually glorifies the spiritual master. And actually, in ISKCON, we stress the worship of the spiritual master under the order of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada decided which songs we will sing for the deities. And especially in the morning, the first thing that we do, of course we may have chanted some japa already, right? Which, you know, but the first thing we do is we greet the deities and we glorify the devotee of God. You know? So for the pleasure of Krishna, Prabhupada has asked us, you please sing a song about the Guru. It's called Guru Vastakam. It's actually written by one of Bhaktivinoda's predecessors named Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is known for describing the importance of a verse, and it's stated, Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, that this Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, this fixed intelligence that Krishna speaks about in Bhagavad Gita, he uses that word Vyavasayatmika twice. One, he mentions, if somebody is too addicted to sense pleasure, means temporary pleasure, chapala sukha. I get it now, it's gone. If you ever watch our live streams or you come to Gita class, you'll get this concept, chapala sukha, every day, right? Because Jambavati Sutta Prabhu, he likes to mention, you try to get it, poof, it's gone, isn't it? Does anybody remember that one? So that means chapala sukha is temporary, right? It's temporary pleasure. So if we were too much addicted to that pleasure, you cannot get fixed up to serve Krishna. Your buddhi, your intelligence will be many branched, right? You won't be fixed. And Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he discusses in the Guru Vastakam and also in many other places in a purport that he wrote to the Gita. And he said, what does that mean? That means we're fixed in the order of the spiritual master as our life and soul. as our life and soul. So the first thing we do in the morning is we pray to offer our respects to the devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so, in this song set, Gitavali, then, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written some songs. He wrote his songs, right? He's glorifying the holy name and Srimati Radharani. And then the last Ashtaka is a purport to the 8 verses spoken by Lord Chaitanya, known as Shikshashtaka. So that's an amazing song too. We'll get into this. I'm trying to, every week, move closer to the songs of the Acharyas, and because they're so instructive, and they have an ability to be like a thunderbolt in the heart. Prabhupada described, these songs will strike like a thunderbolt in the heart. They will capture our mind and they will move our consciousness towards Krishna. So this song I want to speak about today is relevant to today. You can see how many songs there are here. It's amazing. Because there's an amazing line here which has to do with a relevant theme that everybody has been thinking about today. So let's read the translation together. In the land of Nadia, on the island of Godruma, the magnanimous Lord Nityananda has opened up the marketplace of the holy name, meant for the deliverance of all fallen souls. O people of faith, O people of faith, by the order of Lord Gauranga, O brothers, I beg these 3 requests of you. Chant Krishna, worship Krishna, and teach others about Krishna. Being careful to remain free of offenses, just take the holy name of Lord Krishna. Krishna is your mother, Krishna is your father, and Krishna is the treasure of your life. Giving up all sinful activities, carry on your worldly duties only in relation to Lord Krishna. The showing of compassion to other souls by loudly chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna is the essence of all forms of religion. So I thought, okay, Krishna is your mother. You know, Krishna is your mother. So Mother's Day is actually about Krishna too. Of course, you know, Krishna has also empowered so many people to become mothers and train them in Krishna consciousness. And that's actually real motherhood. We spoke about that actually last week or 2 weeks ago. This concept that a real mother is one who can actually deliver their children from the cycle of birth and death. Right? And that's the type of mother that we're all, you know, that we're called to be, or those who get the opportunity of that service, which is an amazing service and a very important service. You could say, you know, without the service of motherhood, then living entities don't get born into the material world. Right? So, and the Sankirtan movement, it descends from the spiritual world. So there's always business, you know, to do there. But the reason for the Sankirtan movement in the material world is to actually bring all the jivas back to home, back to Godhead. Right? So that's actually the purpose of ISKCON. And it's been spliced into 7 different purposes, which Prabhupada scientifically disseminated. But the purpose of ISKCON is to actually rescue the fallen souls and return them back to the spiritual world. Okay, so thank you for tolerating me. So now we'll just sing this song about the Supreme Mother, Lord Krishna, and also how Nityananda Prabhu has actually spread this marketplace of the holy name so that everyone can worship Krishna and thereby become perfect. So let's do it. Nadia Godrum Nityananda Mahajan Narya Godrume Nityananda Mahajan. Is it 2 beat? Patiyache Nam Hatta Jivara Karan. Patiyache Nam Hatta Jivara Karan. Shradhavan jana hai, Shradhavan jana hai. Shradhavan jan hai, Shradhavan jan hai. Prabhu Ragya Bhai Magiye Bhiksha. Prabhu Ragya Bhai Magiye Bhiksha. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna Shikha. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna Shiksha. These are 3. Aparada shunya hoye loho Krishna nam. Aparada shunya hoye loho Krishna nam. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dhana Pran. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dhana Pran. Krishna Ras Sangsara Kora Chari Anachar. Krishna Ras Sangsara Koro Chari Anachar. Jive Doya Krishna Nam Sarva Dharmasar. Jive Doya Krishna Nam Sarva Dharmasar. Narya Godrume Nityananda Mahajan. Narya Godrume Nityananda Mahajan. Patiyache Nam Hatta Jivara Karan. Patiyache Nam Hatta Jivara Karan. Shradhavan jan hai, Shradhavan jan hai. Shradhavan jan hai, Shradhavan jan hai. Prabhu Ragya Bhai Magiye Bhiksha. Prabhu Ragya Bhai Magiye Bhiksha. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna Shiksha. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna Shiksha. Aparada shunya hoye loho Krishna nam. Aparada shunya hoye loho Krishna nam. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dhana Pran. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dhana Pran. Krishna Ras Sangsara Kori Chari Anachar. Krishna ra sangsara kori chari anachar. Jivadoya Krishna nam sarva dharmasar. Jivadoya Krishna nam sarva dharmasar. Nadeya Godrume Nityananda Mahajan. Nadeya Godrume Nityananda Mahajan. Vadiyache Nam Hata Jivara Karan. Patiyache nam hata jivara karan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Ram Sankirtan ki jai, Lord Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. So we read the translation before, and I like to do that so we can kind of sing it with some understanding of what we're singing. Of course, those who speak Bengali kind of catch some of it. I heard that maybe the language is a little different, right? Maybe a little bit old school. Is it true? It's kind of same? Okay. So, those who speak Bengali, you have a bonus. Many of the songs are in Bengali, so you can catch it differently. Actually, one devotee was telling me that, she's natively from Bengal, and she said that it's an amazing gift, to just have these songs in your own language, that they just hit the heart like from a different space. And actually it's amazing because many of those in the world now, they are first language is English, right? And Prabhupada was instructed to write his books in English. And so actually it's very mystical that the books that Prabhupada wrote in English were then translated into Hindi, Gujarati, Bengali, French, Spanish, like that. The first books were in English, So even though English wasn't his first language, that he was empowered to write in that language, actually. And he did. And then his disciples, he empowered them. Okay, you take my books and you translate them into all the other languages. So there is something about the mother tongue. It kind of works with the mind in a different way, actually. And Yeah, I've been speaking with some of my friends about that recently, that my mother tongue was actually Spanish. And it's interesting. Mother tongue means the language that your mother spoke to you in, you know. So there's a certain, way that language works, So yeah, my mother tongue being Spanish, it kind of, I process the information in a different way. So I encourage everybody, you find Prabhupada's books, and you can study in your mother tongue, and it may help you to go deeper in your faith, to go deeper in your understanding of the text. And Prabhupada wanted that. He said, print as many books in as many languages all over the world, and distribute all over the world. And so that's the idea, that everybody needs to have connection with Krishna. And so this song I particularly wanted to bring out because it says here that Krishna is your mother. So how is Krishna my mother? Krishna's not even a woman. Of course, sometimes it's kind of interesting, especially in the West, we're not very comfortable with the beauty. Of course, now things are evolving, but traditionally, like if somebody wears jewelries and very beautiful and person, then generally those are associated as feminine qualities, But Krishna is the most beautiful person. He's also the supreme male, the Adi Purusha. Purusha means the controller or the enjoyer, right? And Prabhupada had said, that actually all the jivas, we are pretending to be Purusha, right? Because we can control matter. Right? I take the steel, aluminum, I take the foam, I take the brass, I take the paint, the plastic, and I put it together in such a way, I'm the Purusha, I'm the controller, right? I've manufactured something amazing. Actually, there's a story about this. There was once two scientists, and one of them was, you could say, an informed theist, and the other was an atheist person, or a misinformed atheist. Actually, the word atheist and misinformed are actually the same thing. To be atheist means to be misinformed. Then there's a different designation, which is you can be misinformed, right? But innocent. And then there's another category, which is you actually want somebody be actually envious of God. One is innocent, they've been misinformed, and the other is that they're misinformed, but they're misinformed willfully. Means that they decide that I don't want anything to do with God, or I even hate God, or I hate people that hate God. Right? Like this. They have some ideas. So there were two scientists, and one of them was a little thoughtful about the natural world. And scientists are meant to study the natural world. They're meant to study Mother Nature, isn't it? Every one of us went to school studying Mother Nature. We studied the way life cycles progress. We studied the way seasons progress. We studied the way that rain system progresses. We studied the way that the cells develop. We studied the ways that the numbers combine and adjust each other in various ways, right? On a more experiential level, we learned how the ground under my foot holds, while I walk. So in one way, everybody, every living entity is actually born a scientist, you could say. Actually, to be human means you have the birthright to be a scientist, actually. Actually, human society is meant for science, right? And everybody is actually doing science to some degree, but mostly it stops at the boundary of Mother Nature, and we don't cross into studying Father Nature. Does that make sense? So we're studying Mother Nature, and we think, I have studied Mother Nature so precisely, I can actually assemble so many different various gizmos and, nuts and bolts. I think I spoke about this sometime recently. But Prabhupada would say, you cannot eat nuts and bolts, can you? You want to eat some nuts and bolts, gears, cogs, rubber tires? Very good. You know how many rubber tire trees they're making? A lot of them. You get rubber from a tree, So you have to actually produce this tree, which takes so much energy, water. You have to get it, put it where it's supposed to go, give it nutrients, and you make rubber. Right? So this is an incredible use of energy. And for what? To drive on the road and to make everything dusty. Isn't it? When you drive on the road, the car, new tires, wow. Have you ever seen new tires? They're highly fascinating. They're strong. They have all this grip to it. Wow, that's cool, You see a nice Jeep, it's got the fancy tires with all the bumps on it. And then he drives that and it becomes round and smooth. So where's all that tire? It's just in the air. It's just all over the street. Means it's a dusty world. It's a dirty place. It really is. And so, anyway, the concept is, if we think, yes, I can do wonderful things with Mother Nature. I am actually the master of Mother Nature. How proud. How proud we are, isn't it? Now all of a sudden, baby boy is better than the mother? No, not possible. The baby boy is actually getting the strength from the mother's own body. Isn't it? Through the breast milk, through the care, through the protection, through the instructions. So many amazing gifts that the mother gives to the child, and he thinks that he's actually better than the mother at any point. Actually, he's too proud, right? So actually we suffer from this disease in America. Actually, it's my personal observation that we suffer from this disease. We become too proud and we make offenses against our mothers. We don't treat them properly. We don't have any appreciation. Rather, not any, but there's a gross underappreciation of mothers. But actually this is just a manifestation of the main problem, which is that we're actually underappreciative of Mother Nature. Has anybody also experienced that? Because we have a culture of waste. We have a culture of abuse. We have a culture of taking advantage of Mother. And even in some traditions, they dare to claim, even though it says in the scriptures they have dominion over the earth, they dare to claim they're actually superior. Right? And they can do whatever they want with the earth and with the other living entities who are children of Mother Earth. You know? And we make it, because I'm puffed up, then I make a big, big slaughterhouse, very scientific. Very, very calculated. Very, very advanced. Right? Just to slaughter all these animals at a high rate. Right to your plate. That's deep, isn't it? And this is what we're doing to Mother Cow, to Mother Earth, right? We don't have appreciation. Why? Because we don't have appreciation, right, for the Supreme Mother. Who gave us Mother Earth? Who gave us these bodies? Right? That's discussed in Bhagavad Gita. Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam hetunanana kaunteya jagadvi parivartate. This material nature is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, and it is producing all moving and unmoving beings. By its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. So Mother Nature has been given to the jivas by Krishna. Mother Nature has been given to his children by Krishna. And they take birth into the womb of Prakriti. They themselves are also Prakriti, but they're Paraprakriti. Means you're a little superior to matter. It's a fact. You'll always be superior to matter. I can do whatever I want with this matter. Right? I'm controller of matter. It's a fact. But I'm not superior to matter in the sense that it's not my property. It's not I'm the child actually. Right? So Mother Earth has to be actually engaged in service of Krishna, Father Earth, or Father God. Right? And actually this is the whole idea. And this is actually discussed in different examples. That Ravana, you're all very familiar, Ravana actually stole Sita, who's actually personification. She came from the earth, right? She came from the earth. She's goddess of fortune, actually. And if we act like Ravana, then what do? We take Mother Earth, we use it for my pleasure. You know? Instead of bringing Mother Earth for Krishna's pleasure. So that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to take whatever we find, whatever we see, and we know it's Krishna's energy. It's actually coming from Krishna, and it's meant to be used for Krishna. Like that. So Krishna is the mother, Krishna is the father, Krishna is the treasure of our life. So, what an amazing sutra, you know? What an amazing shloka. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dana Pran. You can take it with you. Take it to the bank, all the way back to Godhead. If you remember even just one line, it can work. It will work. You know? Okay, so thank you very much, everybody. Hare Krishna. Would anybody like to ask any questions on the topics that we discussed today? Anybody? Okay. Okay. So then, devotees can help bring up the prasadam, and we'll set up the prasadam hall. It'll be small today. And meanwhile, we do a little kirtan. Devotees can feel free to stand up and you can dance and chant, and we'll get ready for the feast. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sharira Vijaja Jorendriya Tahika Jive File Visaya Sagure Dharma Jivayati Lobhamoy Sudharmati Take Jeta Katina Samsare Krishna Bharadoyamoy Kore Bharajivajay Swaprasada Dilobhay Sayanamritapa Radha Krishna Gunaga Pramadako Chaitanya Nitai Shri Shri Gauranitai Bhagavat Prasad Ki Jai. Thank you very much, devotees. You can please take a seat and we'll serve you Krishna Prasadam. Today's feast was sponsored by Her Grace Swapna Vilas Dasi. Haribol! Thank you so much and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Hare Krishna.